Good morning, everybody. How are you? It's good to see you all. Thanks for coming. Any of your parents maybe ever told you about stranger danger?
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty dangerous zone, these strangers. So 2 days ago, I think when you came in here, we all were pretty much a lot of strangers. How did that work out for you? I think we all got the body check. Yeah, knives and guns and whatever else. And hasta la vista, if you got a bit of an accent, that might be a bit of a dodgy one there. So how has that worked out for you, those dangerous strangers? So, when you look at danger maybe in your life, it could be something a little bit different. A danger, when you go out on the streets and you talk to somebody, did you ever, maybe the person you even met at some stage, maybe even a loved one, even the one you married, if you would have thought that person is a stranger and has got a knife in the pocket, would you have gone down that path of speaking to that person and having a relationship with? Probably not. So how has that worked out for you? As for me, in my lifetime, the dangers were not exactly where I thought they would be. I went to church. I was a good church boy, and at the age of 12, unfortunately, I was sexually abused by the pastor of that church for 20 years. I thought I was in a safe environment, yet it wasn't. I thought I could trust that person and that environment I was in, but I could not. So there is a danger in our society, in our environment, which has an effect on us. And the sexual abuse over 20 years which I had was terrible. It was horrible. Emotionally, physically. However, at the end of the day, when I realized that it is me who has to make a change and take responsibility for what my actions are going to be. My danger zone was not the environment, was not just only that I was a victim, but it was in my head. And when I took that responsibility, that mindset of me starting to be able to forgive myself and change that into something, and forgive the other person, to change that around and be able to live a life which I was meant to have, which I was meant, and every one of us should have. It's not nice. Lots of things maybe in your life haven't been nice. You maybe have experienced circumstances in your life, your job, your work colleagues, a personal circumstance. But until you take the responsibility and you become congruent with yourself, you can start to forgive yourself and forgive the people. And you are then starting to move on. You'll be able to create of who you are really. At that lifetime, I was a dad, I was a husband, but because of the circumstance, I felt I despised myself. I felt horrible. I couldn't look in the mirror. But when I started to become congruent with myself, to forgive myself and take action, I suddenly became a different person. I suddenly became the person I always wanted to be. A loving father, a loving husband, a person which I could never experience before. So each one of us probably has got an experience. You probably have a circumstance. And we can blame the circumstance. And we can blame the people in our lives. But at the end of the day, it's our attitude. It's in our mind which will make that change happen and can turn around anything. And you can do anything. And you can become, as I am, the happiest person on earth. Nothing. Every day I get up and I'm thankful. I don't dwell in the past. I don't look into my past. I learn from my past, but I'm not going to be a victim for the rest of my life. And that's a choice we, you, and everyone can make on a daily basis. So I ask you 3 things to take away. To take responsibility for your actions in your mind. Don't let circumstance dictate you anymore. Let your attitude, your positive attitude, dictate your future. To take charge. The second thing is to take charge of your life. To be in the driving seat. Not giving the control to somebody else, but you being empowered to drive where you want to go. Focus not on the things you don't want, focus what you want. And the last thing is to kick it in the butt, to stop excusing yourself. No more excuse. Change it and do it now.